Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. Happy birthday. Actually, this video is for while the Sun is in Scorpio. So it is your birthday month. It is October 22nd through November 20th. I'm actually recording this video on the 14th. So it's not quite your birthday when I'm recording it, but we do have a couple of things interesting going on. So it's a good time to kind of be previewing for your birthday. So why not celebrate for a little extra week, right? So I've been trying to channel a message. I've had a vision, but I didn't bother to write it down because I really kind of want to walk you through what I saw. So I'll get to that in just a second. If you could do me a favor, please, and hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. Here we work with the energy and we try to see how we can best utilize it. And you have some interesting energy going on, right? So on the 13th, Mercury went into retrograde in your sign, and that is going to have a big effect. It is in retrograde or in shadow, anyways, just about the entire time that it is your birthday month. And so it is in retrograde. It is going to back from 11 degrees of Scorpio to about 25 degrees of Libra. So anything that you were thinking about, talk about, whatever, during that last, around the time of the equinox, around the 21st of September, is pretty much going to come up, but maybe some other things, because this is happening in your first house of you. And so it could be taking place in like any arena of your life that you are feeling like you need to review, re-edit, rewrite. I feel like it's like a rewriting of a chapter coming up for you, or a chance to redo something that you think you didn't get right before. Is because of the cards that I got. So to try to get into your energy, I used Lucy Cavendash's Oracle of the Dragon Fae. I actually bookmarked because I want to read to you what you got. You have 4 cards. Everybody else got 2, but I felt like, well, that's fair. It's your birthday month. So you have Brigitte. Look at all that hair. She is about courage and strength. She kind of has that lioness energy about her. You have the Sovereign, gentle power. So stepping into your self power, your own power, right? But in a gentle, transformative. I'm gonna look at all of those butterflies going on there, and she has butterfly wings too. So big transformative energy requiring you to really step into your power. You have Lady Luna's magic, which is about the synchronicities. It is about divine timing, and she carries a wand, right? It's that flame, but it's the spark. It's the spark of a new idea, a new opportunity. It's like the flame, kind of reminds me of like the flame on the magician's table, where you can actually create anything you want, but it's working with the synchronicities and the magic. And then you have Heideke's door. And I find this one really interesting. It's one of those old-fashioned door knockers. What I saw was, have you ever seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart? I love that movie. It's that makes Christmas for me when I watch it. But there is this scene where, years have gone by since he's graduated from high school, and he ended up taking over his dad's place of business, and the girl that he had gone to the dance with right before his dad died is back in town. And so he's out and he's pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in front of her the gate to the garden to the door, right? And she sees it, and she's getting herself all dressed, and she's waiting and waiting and waiting. And the neighbor across the street finally says, well, are you going to go in or not? And so that's when he goes in. But they end up having a very magical reconnection. If you've never seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty cool. So, and fun fact, if you have seen it, that whole scene was shot in one take. So one take, and they're like, that's it. It's pretty cool. But I want to talk to you just a little bit about Brigitte here. Because it says here, no, I want to read the other one first. Heideke's door. Heideke's door. I know you wish to reach out, and yet you hold back. I know you feel drawn to knock on the door and see whether it will be answered this time, and yet you fear so much. You fear that it will not be answered, that the answer or the face that appears behind the door will not be to your liking. That is, if you enter, you may never return. Or, I don't know. I cannot put your fears to rest. That only you can do that. But I can tell you what I see. I see a spirit whose flame has flickered low, whose light is in danger of going out if it does not take the next step. For years you have passed this door, and many times you have found yourself here. You may have even knocked at the door only to flee, like a terrified child before the door was opened to you. I say to you now, it is time. Reach out, knock on the door, and let what will be, will be. Scorpio. What is that thing? Is it a job opportunity? Is it a place that you've always wanted to go? Is it a business you've wanted to create? Is it a relationship you want to pursue? What is this thing that you have thought about and maybe made a run at a couple times only to back away at the last moment? This thing that you've sought, this dream that requires you to step into your courage, step into your power, to transform your life. We have a new moon happening in Libra today on Friday. Nope, this is Scorpio, so there'll be tomorrow. There is a new moon. It is a great time to strike the match, to light up what it is that you want to create in your world going forward. You also have a new moon during your month in Scorpio. So that's two opportunities between now and the end of the, November, where you could really make the decision to strike that match and to create what you want. So very exciting times for you. So the thing about Brigitte that it says is finding the common areas between yourself and another very different person. Understanding that aging is a part of the human process, moving beyond conditioned fears, understanding that the truth of the other, having the compassion and respect for difference, understanding of soul truths, great love, women having children, and women issues coming up when this card is so. So either this has to do with a woman in your life. Do you need to have a conversation with a mother, a sister, an aunt, a daughter? Okay, because she represents the three parts of life. Or is this you, the woman who maybe you were afraid when you were younger, and now here's your opportunity to pursue that dream that you didn't have the knowledge or the ability, and things have shifted and changed. If you are, wanting to engage in conversation with a woman, this is the opportunity to say, okay, well, maybe we don't see things the same way, but let's get to know each other and understand what the differences are. So really interesting energy around this reading, but it is about self-confidence, and it is about taking the risk to actually raise your hand and knock the door and stand there and wait to see what happens when someone comes to the door. The door of opportunity, right? It's the door of opportunity. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the 9-card spread. If you've never been here before, no worries. By the way, welcome. I will walk you through what it is that we do here. I like to use the little Lenormand cards, and we were going to do it this way. It'll be thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future. The center card will be the key to the situation, and the bottom of the deck will be the overall energy of the situation. All I can see, Scorpio, is that you have a great opportunity that's come back. Whatever it is, whether it is a career choice, it's a relationship choice, maybe it's reconnecting with a parent or a child. There is some kind of an opportunity here. There's a feeling of, now is the time. And an encouragement to step into your, this card right here, it's gentle power, right? So it's not storming in, it's knocking, but it's being confident, and it's remembering who you are, that you are a sovereign being, and if there's things of the past that need to be resolved, then, don't be a doormat, but don't be a brute, right? And if it's a job opportunity, this is that quiet confidence, because maybe before you weren't ready. Maybe you didn't have all the tools that you do now to make it something really work. And so now you have more experience. This is something, wow, this is something that's being revisited. This wanted to come out instead of the bottom of the deck, which is really interesting. But the bottom of the deck is the mice. Oops, it's the mice. And this is anxieties. But this is the letter of communication. This is the need to communicate. This is also, you know, there's fear around it, because this is Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. And see, the wolf is back there. So there's fear around this communication. Obviously. Okay, let's see what we have here for the center. Oh, look, in your heart space, though, it is an opportunity that could truly transform your life. If the prince doesn't kiss the princess, she doesn't wake up and they don't live happily ever after. So in the heart, you know, it's a decision time. Do you make the effort or not? Wow. Okay. In the recent past, the area where you've been trying to seek some knowledge and information is around the house. So maybe it requires a job transfer, a living arrangement. Maybe, oh gosh, maybe you literally always wanted to buy this house and you need to knock on the door and see if they'll sell it. I don't know. That's interesting. The house. The house has a lot to do with stability, security, home life. It could be actual real estate. Transformation here is this courage, this sovereignty. This is the receiving, because it's the lady. So the lady is about receiving the gifts. It's also this quiet power. And also, it's about maturity. It's the lady, it's not the child, right? So there's been a shift, a change, a maturing that makes you more prepared for this situation. Wow. Okay, in the future, you have the whip up here in your area of thoughts. The whip is that repetitive, oh gosh, the disciplined action, but it's also like it's those anxiety and those worries. Cut, chipping away at your sense of sovereignty, your sense of balance. And so, it could also be thinking about what you're going to talk about next, right? When you're in a conversation and things are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you can have that whip-like action. So let's just see what else we get with this. We have the gentleman. There's a lot of anxiety around the heart space. Because this is the house of the mice, and this is, do I offer this cup or not? But look, I think you do. And just because it says gentleman, I don't want you to worry about that, because you see, she doesn't hold a cup of love, and that's why it is not there. But also, the gentleman is taking action. So, if you look at this prince, here he's like, do I do this or not? And here in the heart space, it looks like you're at the door. So, opportunity. Something that you really want to do. Something that you would really love that would fill your heart up. Whether it's a career, a move, some kind of a relocation to somewhere, or a relationship. There is something that you have spent a lot of time on and you have thought about a lot. Then there's a sudden, swift ending. Cancer just got that there too. What is going on? It's also a harvest, but this feels different. purpose is, the scythe is about cutting something out. What's interesting about this is that there's all this darkness in front, but when something is cut out, then the future looks really good, right? It looks really bright and shiny back there. It's like it cuts out the negative to get to the positive in the heart space. Oh, you know what? This is cutting out your fears and your anxieties, because look, you have move, which is the Chariot. That's balance. That's moving forward. You have embrace. This is an end of a situation so that you can begin a new one. And then you have the growth, nurture, the Empress. So you need to make a move to end something to begin to something new. So whatever this is here, you have to leave a job, you have to leave a house, you have to leave a relationship, you have to, there's something. So maybe this is the whole, and so maybe this whip is all the activity around all the things that you have to do to keep things in balance, because the Chariot is about moving forward in a balanced way. But look, that looks like marriage. For some of you, it could simply be that you need, I don't know, though this, let's see what else we get here. Okay, yeah, you're at a crossroads. Do you go left, do you go right? One way looks sunny, the other way looks a little dark. What do you choose? What do you choose? Okay, currently, we have the fox. All right, so Scorpio, getting the fox does not bother me because I feel like you would be the fox. I think that you are assessing the situation and you are trying to figure out what works best for you. I just would like to remind you that if you don't knock, if you don't ask, you don't know. So just keep that in mind. But look, in the outcome, you have the Rider, and he's moving forward in a very magical way. I think what you cut out is your self-doubts and your insecurities and whatever is holding you back. You're at this crossroads, and I think, look, this scythe, look at this. This is kind of cool. See the scythe, how it's kind of like V-shaped like that? And so is the crossroads. And it looks the same, right? And the shiny part over here and the shiny part here. I think you make the choice. I think you make the right choice. I think you're being very clever, very methodical to get to where you want to go. That all looks very positive for you, Scorpio. I think there is something that you have been wanting to do for a long time, and you are figuring out how. But it is going to require you taking some action, cutting something out. The whips are about consistent, disciplined action. You're going to have to, but look, then this is a 1 also. That's a new beginning. That's moving forward, whatever this is. So, on Halloween, we have a full moon in Taurus. That's in your 7th house of partnerships. That would be ending something. Look at this. You have the Camel. Small steps and asking for help. In your area of thoughts, you're taking small steps and asking for help. That's just guidance. That's just listening to your inner tuition. That is not rushing forward, but moving forward. Moving. Making some moves. The Camel is actually that's a very fortuitous card. So this is about asking the questions, getting the information. That would be like knocking on the door. Hey, is this job opportunity still here? Does so-and-so still live here? You know, whatever it is. Oh, communication is a big thing here. Okay, see? Okay, so the ladder. This is moving forward. Look, see the way the geese are flying. So this is walking, this is moving forward, this is carrying the letter. Looks pretty serious though on the face. It's carrying a rose. It's like, maybe there's an apology that needs to be made. Maybe there's a Or maybe that's just nervousness. That's maybe just nervousness. I am offering and I'm nervous. But this card here is about reviewing your life a little. And so, again, the way this card was written was about how many times have you stood there and wondered what to do. And there's this energy of looking at your life and the various actions of it. It's 37. 3 plus 7 is 10. That's a 1. It is a new beginning while looking at the past. That's very interesting. Well, Mercury is in retrograde in your sign, so that really doesn't surprise me. Relationship interaction with others. When something seems to be missing in your life, it usually turns out to be someone. Our life is defined by relationships, family partners, and foes. Each enters and passes through like a comet crossing through our sky. Some shine briefly, never to return again, and gradually fade from memory. Others settle in and remain in our orbit. $15, 1 plus 5. Okay, well, that is the number of the devil, but it's also the number of soulmate. Let's just see what it says. Farewell, goodbyes, and closures. If we ever do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, then the parting was well made. There's a need. This is in the heart space. There is a need to cut something out in order to move forward. Might be a final parting or a temporary goodbye, a tragic loss, or a turning of a page that can lead to a new future. And here we have 33. That's again, 3 plus 3 is a soulmate number, but 33 is also a very spiritual, nurturing mother of the nurturing energy of the Empress. So doubled down. This is like waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, and apparently that right moment, that right opportunity is now, based on the other cards. We must be wary of being too indulgent and in devoting too much time waiting for something imagined perfect moment, person, or thing. Worthy opportunities may be lost if they are overlooked in anticipation of something intangibly better. In anticipation of something intangible, better option to arrive. Yeah, the time is now. Whatever this thing is, it's time to knock on the door. It's time to knock on the door. But there's going to be an ending in order to have a new beginning. So I don't leaving a job, leaving a community, leaving something. You're leaving something behind in order to have this dream that you've been curious about for a very long time. It's going to require methodical steps because we've got the camel boy, which says small steps, and the whip is like disciplined action. So, but knocking on the door gets things rolling, I think. You have take note, and you have, oh gosh, they're just coming like crazy. Okay, you have take, oh, I didn't even see we didn't have all of them, but I don't think it matters because you have 3. So you have facing your fears, look for something to strengthen your connection to the universe and others, stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. Facing your fears, having the courage to knock on the door, single-mindedness, choose your own path and what is best suited for you. This is loving yourself enough to pick you, to take a chance, to take this risk. Remember the fox, that is you. The fox always makes sure that he's got, the hen to eat and a den to sleep in. And then we have take note. Your answers are being given to you quietly. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. So listen to your heart and follow the direction and the guidance of your heart. Scorpio, there is something that you have wanted for a very long time. I have a friend who's a Scorpio, and for the longest time, I really hope she's watching this video, because for the longest time, she's had a career move that she's really wanted to make. She hesitated a lot. And maybe now is the chance to revisit that idea and see what happens. See what happens. If you don't knock, the door's not going to open. Okay, so you have green and brown. Your color cards for this week. Okay, I'm laughing because this one says to calm your fears, you know, facing your fears, calming them. And then we have green, revitalize your nervous system. So if you're feeling stressed out, remember green is a very calming color. It's also a very nurturing color. So I really want to encourage you to do whatever nurtures you, but wearing green will help you to focus this month on staying calm and being present to yourself. And then the brown, it's that basil shooting up there, but it's green, right? But this is establishing healthy boundaries. This is healthy boundaries. This is not jumping in full, going slow and steady, creating your own space around your dreams, but it's also that single-mindedness of picking you, right? Establishing healthy boundaries. There's going to be some kind of a change here, and not everyone's going to like it. But what's best for you, right? What's best for you? Choose your own path. You're at the crossroads. You can't go both ways. You're going to have to cut one of those paths out. You can't go in both directions. Choose the one that leads to the light. And look, the way this is set up, moving forward, it's got the little sparkly light coming on it. So choose the way forward for you that resonates in your heart space. Good luck with all that, Scorpio. I'm very excited. Make sure you leave me a comment. I'd love to know how you guys are doing. This looks exciting. This looks exciting, and I'm really wishing you all the best. I will be back here on Monday with the weekly moon report, and then you're on Thursdays. Next Thursday, there'll be a little video for you also to keep you moving. So you guys take care, and I'm really excited for you. Good luck with all this. Talk soon.